Hello, and welcome back to Sharing a Chapter a Day. This is Dara, and today I will be reading Chapter 12 of Engagement in Peril by Dara, Odoe. Chapter 12 is titled School Life and Adolescent Crushes. A week or so later, we all had our proper document and green cards. My uncle on his free time would take us to the Social Security office and governmental office to get us documented and get us our necessary paper and document to be residents of the United States. After all that was said and done, Uncle Kim took my older sister and me to get shots and enroll us in the nearby local public school at Sabo Elementary in Aurora. So Terry started 5th grade, whereas I started 1st grade. But the school season was coming to an end. So we didn't stay at the place long, several weeks top. The home we were staying at it was quite crowded. There were about 4 families living there at the time, so my immediate family only stayed there for about 3 weeks or so before we were moved. Uncle wanted to have more space for all of us, so he moved us to his immediate family to a different home several miles down the road from our previous place and enrolled us at a new school off of Moline Street and Montview Boulevard at Montview Elementary School in Aurora, Colorado. Since the school session was coming to an end, I only spent several months in 1st grade that year. That summer, I attached myself to my uncle like one of his own child. He showed me everything, taking me on fishing trips and various outings. He taught my sibling and me what he knew about the English language at home and had us watch children's television and programming to keep our young impressionable mind sharp. When the next school season rolled around, that September, I started 2nd grade at Montview Elementary. It was about 5 blocks away from our home at 1985 Lansing Street. For the first few days, Uncle would drive us to school. Eventually, we were allowed to walk to school together. It was with my sister Terry and our so-called cousin Sophie and me. Every morning we walked several blocks east to school together. On our tiny feet we headed eastbound on Montview Boulevard and toward our school several blocks up the road. I, being the youngest, had to do what the older girls had to tell me. I was somewhat their lackey, one could say. Dara, do this, and Dara, do that. They demanded that of me. I didn't mind then. After all, I was the only boy that went to school with them then. My 2nd grade teacher was Miss Beckis, a beautiful, exotic woman with long, wavy brunette hair, about 6'5" in stature, and with a curvy physique and very friendly smile. Yes, she was tall. Just as lovely as the teacher I am currently working with. Wink, wink. Our classroom was situated at the corner of the cross street of Montview Boulevard and Moline Street and next to the kindergarten playground, with miniature swings, aluminum slides, metal spring rocking horses, and a colorful metal beehive catacomb for us to climb, swing, slide, and play with. Although I didn't understand much of what the other kids were speaking, I understood the teacher. She would gather us together, have us sit in a circle on the floor, and she would read to us during circle time. Students and children all bunched up together and listened to their instructor read and act out amazing story. And when she read, she had us imagine and picture what we were hearing. Our young impressionable minds were open to and ready to be filled with exciting adventures and events that was going on throughout the book she was reading. To help me with and improve my English, Miss Beckis smilingly asked the class, "Who wants to help Dara with his English?" All the children in the entire class eagerly raised their hand, and she chose Adam to be my English language buddy. Adam was a blond boy who seemed to smile all the time. And from then on, he and I became the best of friends. And we did everything together, while in and about the school ground. Adam was the first Caucasian boy that became my best friend and who offered me the gift of good, honest friendship. We would sit next to each other every time the teacher reads to us, and also next to me was my very first adolescent crush. Her name was Candy, a blonde, blue-eyed, and freckled-faced little girl with the cutest smile one can ever imagine. She and I, well, We would hold hands while the teacher read to us during circle time. She was such a cutie then. I sometimes wonder whatever happened to my sweet, sweet candy girl. Thinking of her reminds me of the New Edition hit song, Candy Girl. I sometimes wonder, has she grown up to be a wonderful person? I'm sure she's a loving mother to some lucky children and wonderful wife to a fortunate fella. I wish that one day we could be reunited, perhaps just to say hello. Maybe she's reading this book right now. That's what I like to think at times. I wish my past friends and mistakes are reading this book right now. That's what I like to think at times. I wish all my friends and past mistakes are reading this book right now. Then again, it's wishful thinking on my part. Sometime during recess, Candy, Adam, and a few others and I would play together on the playground, throwing snowballs, grass, and dirt at each other, and just laughing and enjoying each other's company during our free time together outside the blacktop and grassy field with no worries in the world then. We were all so innocent then. Ah, to be free and young again. I so wish I could turn back the hands of time. I really had an undeniable crush on Candy then. Besides having crushes on this cute little girl, I was also focused on school and grammar. I picked up the English language pretty quickly then. Mother would always encourage me to do my very best at school, and she would help me at home and sit with me while we watched Sesame Street and other children's programming along with my sister and all the other children in the house. The educational after-school program really helped us to learn the culture and submerge us into the American language and culture as well. In late October of 1984, my family's first few months in the state, it snowed. Boy, did it really snow. It was the first time that my immediate family and I had ever experienced such a thing. Wow, snow. The snowstorm then was wonderful to us. We had never seen anything like it. The snow was so soft, yet wet to the touch. Being from a tropical humid climate and being able to experience this for the very first time was really amazing for my sibling and me. It snowed much that year, and several times it snowed so much that it covered the entire house. So it was just snow day from school and for us, school dwellers. So now going to school means helping around the house. My sibling and the rest of the children helped shovel snow, made snowmen and snow angels, and played snow wars against one another when we were allowed outside and in and from the backyard. Several times during winter we would get snowed in and school would be cancelled. So we had a snow day, free to do whatever we want at home. We used to spend it outside playing and messing around with the snow. Also, at and on his free time, Uncle and his kid and I would spend time in the garage fixing his car and other mechanical devices that we use around the house, from the lawnmower to television set and lawn and wash and vacuum cleaner. Uncle was a big Denver Broncos fan then, and still is today. And I too have become a Broncos fan as well. Unfortunately, that October, we weren't able to celebrate Halloween because we were snowed in pretty bad during that festive costume and candy gathering holiday. So Uncle and his kid and I got dressed up and just passed out candy to everyone in the house. We had a few festive time anyhow, without having to go out and trick-or-treat, pretending and scaring each other with tales of Asian horrors and myths, playing various games and enjoying ourselves in the snowed-in house during that Halloween holiday. That November of 1984, it was my family's first Thanksgiving in America, and we enjoyed it heartily. The family we were living with introduced us to the feast and festivity that came with it. We saw cartoons and shows celebrating that holiday. We watched Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving and various other Thanksgiving family shows and sitcoms. My family and I never had turkey before, and it was such new to us. It was a new taste for us, somewhat good with some dryness to it. And we never saw that much meat before from a bird. Such meat was so much and so much various dressings. We really enjoyed ourselves that night, eating our hearts to content. Of course, we had traditional Asian Khmer dishes along with the Thanksgiving feast of turkey, gravy, dressing, mixed with fried rice, steamed rice, and vegetables and stir fries. My immediate family and I had much to be thankful on this day. We were free from our once captivity and now free to learn and earn our own wages. And I was thankful for being able to celebrate this day with my mother, sister, brother, and loved ones. and was thankful of being fortunate enough to be liberated from the chaos that we once knew, and lucky to be brought to the States. My immature feelings and thoughts were joyous and blissful at that moment, and being able to spend time with family and friends and loved ones, my heart was warm. I felt so comfortable then, so unlike now. All I think and feel about now is calamity, bleak and discomfort, cold-blooded, gut-wrenching darkness. I need to come out of this feeling. And I need to get out of this contemplating of the bad stuff at this moment. Thank you for listening. This is the end of Chapter 12. Be on the lookout for Chapter 13 of Engagement and Peril. The title of Chapter 13 is First Move. Until next time, this is Do, Ra, Mi, and I'll see you later. Thank you.